And we are back on our episode of NBA 2K14. And the last episode, it was yesterday. I didn't upload because it's so late now. So we are on the last episode. You see the Miami Heat defeat the Brooklyn Nets by 11, 114-103. LeBron James got 27 and 8. Dwayne Wade got 22 and 10. John Johnson got 33, and Andre Blush got 20. Darren Williams got 50 and 10, and a huge victory for Miami as they continue to best team trying to keep it improved from last season. So now the 2K Beat is ready, the in-game music is off. So we're off to Phoenix Forum in downtown Memphis, Tennessee. It's gonna be an interconference matchup featuring LeBron James and Dwayne Wade of the Miami Heat take on Marc Gasol and Michael Conley of the Memphis Grizzlies. The last matchup, you see the Heat beat the Grizzlies, is gonna be good. So for this game, more importantly, the Miami Heat gonna use the red zone jersey as away, and the Grizzlies gonna use the white. So gonna download it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video here in Memphis at the Phoenix Forum. We're going to sending Kevin Harlan here in Memphis. Standing by. Enjoy. Complete. Let's get started.
Hello and welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Damon Bruce and it's time for a little NBA basketball. The season is winding down. The NBA begins to look ahead to the playoffs. It's the Miami Heat facing off against the Memphis Grizzlies. It's the NBA. It's next.
The crowd is assembled here at the FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis, Tennessee, looking for a Grizzlies victory. A quick check now for starting five for both teams. Someone will be keeping an eye on, of course, LeBron James.
Tell you what, LeBron can absolutely soar in for the finish. I remember last year, the alley-oop in the conference finals against Indiana just almost put his head on the rim.
Air freight is a nickname we could dub LeBron James. I mean, he's an unstoppable force and an immovable object. Defensively, the strength, length, mobility. He can wall you up and lock you down and put you away.
And for the Memphis Grizzlies guys, they come in off that loss to the Spurs. And that's one they'd like to have back. A little more focus would have been enough. Just a 4-point loss.
Well, loss or no loss, that was a fantastic game, Clark. They can be proud of the way they battled, at least.
I suppose, but Steve, it still was a really heartbreaking loss. I mean, you hate to lose in overtime. No matter how hard you played, it still leaves you very empty and disappointed when you come up short. You know, the talk around the Grizzlies about moving has been around for a while, but a new ownership group came in and put that to rest. And one of the first things they did after buying the team was say, hey, the Grizzlies are here for at least 15 years.
Here's Wade following the score by Memphis. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach of the Grizzlies. We talked about Chris Bosh, and he talked about the skill set and what makes him so difficult to guard. He told me he's very slippery in the post. You think you have him contained, and he'll just wiggle around his guy for a layup. We can never act as if he has nowhere to go down low. He finds space and room all the time. Guys?
All right, Doris. And as a fan of the Grizzlies and as a fan of the NBA, you like hearing that the Grizzlies being tagged to stay in Memphis for another decade and a half, Steve. That's good news for everybody.
Yeah, it is. This is a great city, a fan base that really supports its team, and the Grizzlies have turned into an excellent franchise. So let's hope that there's another couple of successful decades at least here in Memphis for the Grizzlies.
Here's Conley after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Allen kicks to Prince. Drills the three-pointers. Prince has got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Chalmers dishes to Haslam. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave him. little nod, and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. Their teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder.
For the majority of his career, Marc Gasol has been referred to as the other Gasol. But last season, you can make that case that he surpassed his brother Powell in terms of impact on the court.
First miss of the game after 4 makes, so it's been a hot start.
And Marc Gasol, a little bigger than his older brother Powell, very comfortable at the center position, whereas Powell is a little more of a tweener. They're both obviously so incredibly skilled.
They sure are. I mean, both Gasol's able to play in the high post as passers or jump shooters or down on the low block, and where they can use their array of offensive skill. Pretty impressive to see 2 players like that coming out of the same family.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
Nails the baby hook. Gasol's got his 3rd basket of the night.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it to get the putback. Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game, because we've got one here tonight. Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
Wade gets a screen from Hazard. Chalmers passes to LeBron. Tries again. Hits it despite the head. Great strong finish. And he'll go to the line for one more. That's on Tayshaun Prince. The Heat shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. I mean, you look at the numbers, impressive.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
And Miami going with a whole new group out there.
You know, Miller has battled injuries over the last few seasons, but when he's right, he can really help you on the wing, particularly as a rebounder and a spot-up shooter, can really bury that three-point ball.
Yeah, a great shooter and rebounder, competes defensively. You know, a lot to like about his game.
You know, no denying it's been a heck of a run the last few years for the Heat, but you can't help but wonder if the impending 2014 summer of free agency could be the end of it all. The big three came together in a flash of lightning, it seemed, but it could end just as fast if one or all decide to opt out.
Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about rapid-fire offense early.
There's the bucket pull.
I love the finger roll up and over the defense.
The Heat trail by 4. And Clark, as you were saying, the trio of LeBron, Wade, and Bosh all have options in their contracts to become free agents in 2014 if they choose to. And Steve, you have to think that at least one or two of them might exercise that right.
Well, you know LeBron will, because he's the most underpaid athlete probably in the history of sports. He's worth 10 times what he makes. But it's going to be interesting to see what Miami does here the next couple of years with their roster. Boy, when you got a big man who can shoot from distance like he can, what a huge bonus that is.
Here is Bayless, defended by Allen. Here's Okoye, and that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless.
Well, no defense. He didn't really need to do the double pump.
Miami's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Cole off the pick from Jones. Allen for 3, and again Miami with the triple.
Tell you what, until this defense gets out and defends the three-point line, it's going to be a parade.
Yeah, we've already seen 3 in a row from out there.
Gets it to go.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
And he gets it back. And the Heat, another 3.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They've poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
Koyen, defended by Cole, and Bayless kicks to Miller. Melo. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
This could be a back and forth game all the way, guys. The way it's being played, this is fun to watch.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Grizzlies out in front, up by 1. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break.
On tap Friday, April 12th. LeBron James and the Miami Heat take on the Atlanta Hawks. Be there.
And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Memphis?
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And they're sharing the ball, too, which I love. They're piling up the assist. We're seeing great offensive movement.
They've got Jared Bayless. Davis is out there with Mike Miller. Then there's Fab Melo. And it's Okoyan in at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And Cole kicks to Allen. Allen left side. Money from the wing. Allen's got 11 points. Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against Brooklyn.
And they were nearly flawless offensively in that win, Kevin. Once they got rolling, they just did not stop.
My kind of performance to watch, guys. Efficient and potent. Very strong.
And a new group in for the Heat. Chris Bosh is checked in for Anderson. LeBron comes in for James Jones. Dwayne Wade, he's checked in for Ray Allen. And it's Chalmers in for Norris Cole.
You know, guys, you look at the roster of this Memphis team, and they have a lot to offer, size and strength inside. Playmakers on the perimeter and improving an outstanding point guard in Mike Conley Jr., but you have to wonder, have they hit their ceiling? Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense. Yes.
Transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Well, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Chalmers with it. Now guarded by Bayless. From deep, LeBron gets the bucket. LeBron's got 7. Well, Clark had talked about the Grizzlies don't have a megastar that other teams do to lean on in crunch time. Steve, you know, they traded the closest thing to that in Rudy Gay last season.
Well, closest thing is right, Kevin. Rudy Gay was not a superstar. He was very, very good, but if he was a true superstar, they would not have moved him. I think they just felt like they couldn't afford Gay's contract. They wanted to move on and play through their big men, Gasol and Randolph. And I think in the end, probably a wise decision because the team performed very well without Gay anyway.
Shane Battier is checked in for Rashard Lewis. And now, a look at the teams leading the NBA in steals since the All-Star break. In third, the Grizzlies.
Kevin, this team isn't ready to give up on the season yet. I mean, they've been after the opposing ball handler every second of every game.
Conley dishes to Allen. Prince kicks to Allen. Conley lets the three fly, and that one's good. Conley's got 9 points. LeBron outside. Pulls it up. That's good from Battier on the assist by LeBron. LeBron's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Well, LeBron is far enough along now in his career where you can start to project some of his career stats, and they're staggering. I mean, he could end up the first player ever to end up with 30,000 points, 10,000 assists, and 10,000 rebounds. I mean, that's remarkable.
Wade, defended by Allen. Bosh up on top. Rejected by Gasol. And he's able to get it back. Here's LeBron. Cans the 12-footer. He's got 9.
The mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
The basket falls, and that's going to be a blocking play. When you talk about LeBron's ability to pile up stats, whether it's scoring, rebound, or passing, he can do it all.
He really can. He's dominant in every facet of the game, and you love his durability and his stamina. He is a stat sheet stuffer supreme, and that's the highest level of stat sheet stuffing you can have, and he's at the pinnacle of the peak.
Just a horrible job of boxing out.
Yeah, it's not hard. I mean, come on, you got to box your guy out.
That's good.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school, just physical play in the paint, dominating.
And it's Wade with the jam.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Gasol drives in, and that one is hammered home.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that.
And you know, Clark, with the lead getting drawn, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one hand, but he threw it down pretty hard.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Greg Oden, he's checked in for Bosch. That's Haslam for LeBron. Wade with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. 6 to shoot, and it's Wade penetrating. Rejected by Prince. Battier against Randolph. Battier on him, and that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession.
Well, we have a moment now to check out the story on Marc Gasol. Some tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. 1st in blocks, 6th in rebounding. And he's in the top 10 in steals per game as well. So this is a guy who you have to be aware of when you've got the ball in your hands.
And you pointed out that his blocks per game average, Steve, is the highest in the NBA. I mean, he's leading the league in that category. It's there in the low post where he's been most valuable to his team, in my opinion.
And that one's good.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. And defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
Need to get more bodies committed down low.
Here's Wade. Drops one in from the wing. Wade's got 6 points in the quarter.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
All the points these defenders are allowing inside is inexcusable. That's 5 baskets in a row, and they've all been practically lay-ins.
Yeah, they've got to harden and toughen up down there, guys.
Ray Allen is checked in for the Heat. Norris Cole comes in for Mario Chalmers. Here's Cole. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Cole's got his first bucket of the night.
If they're going to take tough outside shots, I mean, they're better off just firing from the three-point line.
Yeah, I agree with it. I mean, if you're going to be back there near the three-point line, you might as well take the 3. Just step back. And knock it down. You know, he may lack grace, but his length makes up for it. He can still throw it down now.
Well, you don't have to be a fantastic leaper when you're his size.
Well, it's too bad because with a little more athleticism, can you imagine how dangerous he'd be underneath the boards?
Stolen by Michael Conley. And now here comes Conley leading the break. Dishes it to Prince. 2 on the clock, and it's good on the way-in. And now it's an 8-point Grizzly lead. And so we conclude the first half. Grizzlies lead by 8. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. Hello and welcome. With playoff seeds hanging in the balance, let's recap the first half for you. Out in Memphis, the Grizzlies have the lead against Miami. One look at their field goal percentage says it all. They're scoring at will. It's been a superstar display by Mike Conley. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. And a tough matchup, but the Heat staying afloat. Extra possessions almost too easy to come by. They've piled up the second chance buckets. Ray Allen's been tremendous in the first half. I don't think anybody could have seen this coming. He's been a major player coming off the bench. Let's check out what's on tap around the league. The Houston Rockets will be playing out against the Nuggets out in Denver. 7 p.m. Eastern tip time is set. And another game that's coming up, over at New Orleans Arena, the Pelicans will face up against the Suns. That one gets going at 7 Eastern. And to look now at the rest of the action from around the NBA. For the Cavaliers at Quicken Loans Arena, we find them trailing to Detroit. They've fallen behind by 5 points in the third in that one. And we'll be heading back to the court for the rest of our coverage as we go to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint. And now the third quarter about to get going.
Some fantastic numbers for Conley. 16 points and 5 assists.
Tell you what, this guy is just an unstoppable force, guys.
There's been nothing they can do to stop him.
And now let's check out the lineup. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Heat, Haslam and Bosh up front. On the wings, it's D-Wade and LeBron James. And it's Chalmers in at the 1 spot.
One thing with Wade that doesn't seem to be going away is his quickness off the dribble. He still has that devastating crossover. He may not be able to do it every night, but there are nights when he just looks like he's right in his prime.
The Heat trail by 10. Chalmers with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. LeBron with it. And Allen picks him up defensively. And there's Mario Chalmers on the assist by LeBron. LeBron's got his 5th assist in this one. And Wade has a number of elusive moves, Clark, getting into the lane. He hit the spin, the Euro step, which I love, by the way.
Yeah.
And the windmill crossover.
He's got it all. I mean, he's figured out how to get to that bucket, man. I think the crossover is probably his custom move. Just as he changes direction, he swings the ball quickly over his head to the other side, avoiding the rip. And he makes it look so natural, you might think nothing of it. But youngsters around the league, go to school on that one. That's a heck of a move.
And it's Conley penetrating. Here's Randolph. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got assist number 8 now on the night. The Heat trail by 10. LeBron James on the way. Looks for Bosh. Gets it to him. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped.
Yeah, they're geeks. That's what those alley-oops do, though. And a blazing start to the second half. They've hit all 5 shots.
Conley into the lane. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Conley's got 5 points now in the quarter. Wade against Allen. And Chris Bosh from the slam.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
I would call it an irate finish even.
Wade Wade with it. Gasol covering. Wade kicks to Bosch. From 7, and another basket for Miami.
It's amazing what they're doing on offense here. Perfect in this half.
And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Gets it to go. 9 points for Prince.
Well, this is what happens when he gets on a roll. You are not going to see a better rhythm shooter than him.
And the Heat all-time here. And as with any timeout at this point of the game, important to go over the strategies that are working and those that are needed in terms of adjustments. And, of course, the opportunity, guys, to get hydrated with Gatorade before coming back onto the floor. We've seen some good action so far, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah, this game has been...
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
I'm with you, Kevin. You can't fault him for that. I mean, just let him go. Who cares? Feels like a flip has been switched at halftime because both teams now really getting after it.
And it's been a fun half of basketball, Steve.
It's LeBron with the drive. And Mike Miller gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
And Miami making a change here. Haslam's checked in. Hit his leg. And it's whistled a kick. .137 left to play in the third. Wade passes to Chalmers. LeBron down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. They turn to and miss. Anderson banked in off the glass.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Gasol's shot is good.
Beautiful finger roll to cap that drive off. He knows how to finish with some flair and flavor, guys.
He kicks to Chalmers. Gives him the lead pass. Off the basket, he was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
A different look for Miami. Melo comes in for Marc Gasol. And Tony Allen subbed in for Tayshaun Prince. There's Miller with the 3. And again, it's Memphis with the 3. 2-for-1 chance here.
Yeah, let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Here's Anderson. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Davis against Haslam. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on his shot. One free throw coming his way.
And their field goal percentage continues to climb. They really shot the ball well here today so far.
Yeah, and it's all about quality shot selection. Smart shot selection. They've been very patient on offense.
Dwayne Wade's checked in for the Heat. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Miller kicks to Bayless. And it's blocked by Wade. But they'll get another chance. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. It's the Grizzlies leading by 8. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. This Thursday night, April 10th, Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs hit the road to duel it out with the Dallas Mavericks. A Western Conference battle. It's the real deal. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Grizzlies.
Anytime they've had a chance to attack the lane, they've done so. The penetration has been impressive.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
Koopa's out there with Zach Randolph. It's Tony Allen, then it's Tony Roden, and it's Okoyan in at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
Boy, how's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, he didn't waste any time getting down before it, did he?
Passes it to Allen, deflected. And it's Memphis on the break. Ejected by Battier. A nice shot by LeBron.
You know, tired legs can affect you at the defensive end, and I think that's what's happening right here.
I agree, because as much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Rufus dishes to Allen. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. And the Grizzlies lead by 10.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Allen passes to Battier. Shoots it up. And that one's on target from the wing. Now a timeout called by Memphis. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
Yeah, it seemed to me their three-point shooting was their own worst enemy in that game, Clark. I mean, even their wide-open looks weren't falling.
Yeah, and I'm sure when they think back on that game, Steve, their main regret is going to be that they didn't get away from the three-point shot early on. They kept going to it.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey guys, over that last break, I was able to catch the message the Grizzlies head coach was giving to his team. He wants them to pick it up and really go for it right now, saying, no time like the present, gentlemen. Embrace it. Embrace the spotlight and let's make it happen. Kevin, let's see what they can do.
More points onto their lead with the turnover.
Let's bring it down hard. Went Allen with the block. Wade gets to Chalmers. That falls. Nice three-tag time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, something that makes him hard to defend is his ability to receive a pass and get off an accurate shot in one quick, fluid motion. So you better beware of where he is on the floor at all times.
One of the premier catch-and-shoot guys in the league, Steve. There's no question about it.
Allen dishes to Prince. Back to Allen. Pass to Conley. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
That for a response.
We'll say they can give the three as well as they can take the three.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Oh, here comes Prince all alone.
Boy, I love active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
Guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Push it home with one hand.
Wow, he sure can make up for that lack of size and height because of his leaping ability.
Kicks to Wade. And now the Grizzlies fast break. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So look at that.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Ed Davis is checked in for Zach Randolph. Stolen by Michael Conley. Now here's Conley, the fast break opportunity. And it's slammed in by Davis.
instant that steal was made, they were off and running the other way.
Ball pressure, then a run out seeds. That's perfection to me.
LeBron with it. Gasol covering. Bosh. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. 14 points for Chris Bosh.
We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play. So it'll be Marc Gasol shooting. It's going to be on Udonis Haslem.
Mike Conley, boy, second in the NBA last season in steals per game. Quick feet and quick hands, and a smart defender as well. Make him a pesky guy to deal with at that end of the floor.
And for Conley offensively, he doesn't try, Steve, I think, to do too much.
No, in some ways he reminds you of like a possession quarterback.
Nice comparison.
He's going to be steady, do the little things, and let the game come to him, but very capable of making a big play when necessary.
Gets it to go.
This seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Bosh trying to free himself up. And there's Mario Chalmers on the assist by Haslem.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Gets it to go.
And there it is again. That's where their points have been coming today, from the low post.
And even under pressure in tight, they've maintained their concentration and converted their opportunities.
Lead with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. Chalmers passes to Haslem. And it's Miami with another.
Looks like they're going to finish strong, but just aren't enough ticks left on the clock.
Well, Steve, it's a good run they're having now, but they just waited too long to have it.
A nice shot by Gasol.
Well, if it wasn't already out of reach, it is now, thanks to this spurt.
Just keep on firing, man. No reason to slow down now.
And again, Miami with the triple. Memphis has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. And he takes... that one up and powers it through.
Terrific job taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And, Steve, I thought those fans, those home fans, gave this team a big lift all game. A lot of positive energy in the building.
What an excellent performance from the field for him.
And Davis puts it in.
And tack on a few more points to the lead. Why not? I suppose this is an emphatic showing for this club.
And, Steve, they did it in style. A beat down the entire way.
The three. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The shot by Bosh. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
11 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Bayless. And he uses both hands to jam it in. Well, guys. For a point guard, he can punch it.
Yes, sir. I mean, that would have been unheard of about a decade and a half ago, Kevin, seeing a guy bounce like that at his size.
Good point.
Times have changed, though, guys. We got guards all over the league who can play way above the rim.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Conley.
What an upset here tonight here downtown Memphis as the Grizzlies crushed the Miami Heat by 16, 116 to 100. Michael Conley got 31 and 15. Marc Gasol got 25 and Dwayne Wade only got 20 points and 6 assists in a huge day and huge massive for upset of the day for Memphis as they clinch the playoff tonight. So they will be clinched the Grizzlies here to a playoff push. As you can see, if the Timberwolves try to keep it, they're looking to stay here for the playoff push. If the Grizzlies win today and Timberwolves lose tonight, they will be out of the playoffs. So we got the Pacers in the box, and the Pacers will take it. 14-10 by Giannis, 13 and Sylvia. Paul George got 35, Danny Granger 28-16, David West 14-8, and Roy Hibbert got 12 and 9. So 40-point margin, another lopsided for the Pacers. Bulls and the Timberwolves, and there he is, the Chicago Bulls are beating the Minnesota Timberwolves, and that means Golden State and Memphis are in the playoffs. That would be the last team the Western Conference are secured a playoff spot. Kevin Martin got 24-10, Kevin Love got 22, 18-9 by Picobit, Rose got 34, and Boozer got 27. So see the playoff picture. So congratulations for Memphis Grizzlies going to the playoffs. So now it means the Warriors are also in the playoff push with the win here. Rejoice the team. So unfortunately, Warriors already clinched the playoff berth right now with the win here today. Grizzlies rejoiced it as they're now into the playoffs with 39 wins to 39. Suns and the Pelicans, and Suns will win this game. So the Suns will upset over the Pelicans. Wow, 35 by Aaron Gordon. 34 for Carwan Butler. Markieff Morris got 29-9. 17-11 by Gordon Dragic. Brown Bledsoe 18. Rockets and the Nuggets, and Rockets win. Lost in 23. Howard and Len got 29. Kings and the Blazers, and Blazers lose to the Kings somehow. 30-10 by LaMarcus Aldridge. 20-8 for Marcus Thornton. 24 points for Travis Vasquez, 18-12 by Carl Landry, 12-9 by Boogie, LaMarcus Cousins. Hawks host the Celtics, and the Celtics lose to the Hawks. 21 points by Lou Williams, 24 points by Paul Millsap, 12-10 by Al Horford, 9-8 by Jeff Teague, and 10-8 by Elton Brand. Jeff Green got 33. So that will be a good one here today. That was the Hawks win over the Clippers, Hawks win over the Celtics, and now our main event of the night here at the Staples Center in LA. That could be a good one here in the Western Conference important matchup featuring Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook of the Oklahoma City Thunder take on Chris Paul and Blake Griffin of the Los Angeles Clippers. That will be another matchup in the West. It's gonna be another good game. That'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin here. And as the Grizzlies crush the Heat by 16, 116 to 100. This is Andre Kenshin say so long from Phoenix Farm in Memphis. We'll see you later for the second game here at the Staples Center in downtown LA for the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Los Angeles Clippers. Sign up and peace out. Good night, and we'll see you later for the second game. Will be the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Los Angeles Clippers. So it's time to say goodbye, and we'll see you later.